Hi there, good people, and welcome to today's accept of This is Church. Now, the last video that we had with you on our last meeting, we discussed that you are God. And based on what we spoke, I would love it if you would now actually believe that and live by that truth, that you are God. But again, as you are God, right, that means you decided to come here on earth. You decided to have this experience. And that's one of the truths that blew my mind when I understood it. It's always about the revelation, because there is knowledge that you can read from books and knowledge that you can be taught, but there's this knowledge that just comes, that just appears within you. You know that this is the truth. It's not about anyone backing you or hearing it from somebody else, but it just comes out of the heart. And I believe that the heart is more important than the mind. All right, bear with me. Now, when we spoke together that you are gods, of which is the truth, you have to understand that then, because that is the truth, you are the one who decided to come here on earth. That is amazing. Because before you were here on earth, you were in God, inside God, God, you God. And then you decided to have an experience that will be called a human experience. You decided the scene. You decided where you were going to be born, by whom you were going to be born. You decided the environment, the family. You decided all of that. And I know right now you might be thinking, but how could I have decided that? Because I'd rather be living somewhere else. Before, as you are God, you decided this. It is the same as when you were months old, right? Let's say 6 months old. You can't remember those things right now. The reason is, it's because you evolved. You became a man. You became a lady. You became a woman. So you grow. You evolved. So as you evolve, these thoughts, they disappear. You can't remember when you were 6 months old, because there you had a baby body. Right now, you have a man's body. Before there, you had a spiritual body. So you were already there before, and you decided, as God who knew the future, who knows everything, you decided to have this particular human experience. And we are glad that you decided to be with us today. Now, this evolution, it naturally happens. The truth of the matter is, we are not striving to grow. You shouldn't be striving to grow. You shouldn't be working hard to grow. It naturally happens. That's the order of things. That's the order of the universe. Things evolve. Humans evolve. Now there is a place where Jesus, in the book of Matthew 6, he said once, look at the rose, look at the grass. They do not toil. Look at the birds. They do not plant, But their Father who is in heaven, he feeds them. Which means it's something that naturally happens. And also, this experience you are having right now, it's not something that is there to put you down, but it is your path of evolution. And by the way, the path that you decided before as you are God to have. All that is happening right now is a matter of a choice that you made. Some people, they do teach and preach that we live our lives according to our choices. What we are experiencing is a result of a choice. But they never told you that even this experience as a human that you are having, it was a matter of a choice that you made. Because before everything was in God. Before they appeared, they were in Him. And not that they were in Him, they are Him. The trees, they are God. The metal, they are God. These walls and this couch, this is God. This is evident that God is there. So all of this came out of God. And you came out from Him. to recite, you know that man was formed out of a soil. Man's body was formed out of a soil. But that was not man. It was his body. It was man's body, human body. But then man came out of God when he breathed. That was man coming out, going into this body. So you are God. You decided to have this experience. And some people think they would rather be somebody else. By the way, you decided to be who you are now. I also decided to be me, and I think it's fantastic. But we are here to, again, be with you on your journey. To remind you, God, that you decided to be in this situation. So rather being frustrated, think, meditate. Why did I choose to be me? Why did I choose to have this personality? Why did I choose this family? Why did I choose these parents? Why did I choose to live where I live right now? Because as God, you did. So it's all on you. You chose this because you knew how you were going to win. You already knew. You had a way. Right? So right now, the matter is just be with yourself and think, why did I choose this? Why did I really choose to be here? And how did I come about the strategy of winning? How did I think I would win? Because it is all within you. Let me tell you something. When God created everything, there was nothing, of course, right? There was only God. But when He created this, He took it from Himself, within Him. And there is another case. Adam was alone. There was no other human parts. It was only him. There was no other human being. It was just him. So this guy spent time with the trees, with the animals. He played with lions. But still, the Bible says he was lonely. He was alone. He didn't find a suitable being to be with him. And you know what God did? God brought a sleep to Adam. The guy just fell asleep. And then the woman was made. But do you know where she came from? The woman was taken from Adam. Because all that you need is there within you. God didn't have to go to the soil. No, He just made a woman out of Adam's rib. So I want you to realize that as God, everything is within you. As God, you take everything from you. There was no tree, there was no sun, there were no stars, there was no moon. But when God said, let there be, and it was, where did it came from? It all came from Him. So again, God, I say, everything that is right now, it's not trying to put you down. You decided to have this experience simply because you knew how you were going to win. But right now, just as you've forgotten what happened when you were 6 months old, you forgot what you decided when you were still in God. I say, remember. Remember what you decided. Remember. Okay? So don't be hard on yourself. We talk about this. We like to talk about this here in Renewed Society, that you are perfect, you are God. These things should naturally happen to you. I'm aware that there are people who like to work hard, who like to work hard. It's fine if you're working hard, it's fine, Putting effort is fine, but it shouldn't be a struggle. Nothing should be a struggle. Whenever people gives me a challenge, I like that. When people present me with the challenge, I like that. Because you know what I'm thinking? I tell myself, I tell the person who gives me the challenge, let's find out. I'm also interested in what's going to happen. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm thinking, let's find out, because it's all about evolving. I'm also interested in this evolution. I'm like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? I am interested in this evolution of mine. It's all about evolving. Some people think it's about reaching the destination. It's not about the destination, it's the journey. You are continually evolving. Some scientific peoples, scientists, they think evolution happened back then, but I say it's still happening. Right now, as you are hearing these words, you are being evolved. You are being transformed. You are evolving. There is a passage in the Bible, right? I know most of you are familiar with this guy called Paul the Apostle. Now, what Paul said to the church in Rome, that is in Roman church, he said to them, look, be your minds renewed. Let your body be transformed by the renewal of your mind. The body be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Body transformed by the renewal of your mind, which means if the mind is renewed, the body will transform. That means the mind transforms the body. It has effects to the body. It affects the body. The mind affects the body. But my question is, what affects the mind? So you can do something about that. The truth is, you can't do anything about the mind changing the body. But you can do something about what changes the mind. The more you are listening to this, your mind is being changed. And then you can decide what you want to listen to. Some people, they like to listen to sad stories. I'm not a fan of sad stories. I don't like listening to sad stories because I don't want to have a sad life. By the way, cancer and these sugar diabetes or BP, you know, these illnesses, these diseases, they are formed by mostly sadness, anger. You know, being stressed is a result of an information. Some people tell you you are short on money. The school is expecting you to pay 20,000 rands and you only have 5,000 rands, and you begin to stress because of the information. But right now you chose to listen to this, and your mind is being renewed, understanding you are God. That puts you in an advantageous place to know that you are God, to know that you decided. Life is not controlling you. You are the one who gives breath to life. You bring life. It is you. It is you, God, right? So, as you keep on listening to these words, your mind is being renewed. Once it is renewed, it will automatically transform the body. So choose what you listen to. And I say, choose wisely. Okay, let's move to this part. Speaking about these words, the information, the word, and I know most of you are familiar with that one, the word. Now, there is a passage in the Bible that talks about the word becoming flesh. And I know most people out there who are Christian like, yes, yes, you know. So John, one of the apostles, he wrote, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word was with God. The Word was God. That is interesting. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. And everything was created through Him. Everything was created through Him, the Word. The Word. Now, if everything was created through the Word, it means words can create. They decide your life. They create your life. The words that are being spoken. I was told when I was young that I'm smart. I grew up with those words. I remain with those words. I love those words. I cherished those words. And that's still the truth even today. Because they gave me the word that I am smart. I took it seriously. I cherished it. And I grew with those words. Now, some people were told some other unfortunate things. And they grew also with those words. And they became those words. Because in verse 14 in the book of John 1, it says, the word became flesh. That's what it does. When people speak to you, it will appear. And let me tell you something. Some people think it's just a matter of speaking. But look, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. It wasn't spoken, because it was spoken in verse 3 when everything was created through him. But before, it wasn't spoken. So where was the word? The word, and it's not the matter of words. The word is not words. Again, the word is not words, right? The word is energy. The word is a message. The word is a code. The word is what communicates with the universe. It communicates with the universe. The words are results of the word. So let's get to this. The words are the results of the word. The word is what communicates with everything that is out there. The words are the results of the word, just like everything out there. So before God spoke any words, there was the word. Before he spoke any word, there was the word. An unspoken word. And before you speak, you know what you do, right? You think. That's what you do. That is why the renewal of the mind is very important for the transformation of the body, because the renewal of the mind creates everything that is out there. It creates the events that happen to your life. Some people think it's just coincidence. It's never a coincidence. It's the word that is in you. The word that is in you. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. It doesn't say in his mind, by the way. It says in his heart. There it talks about the subconscious mind. That is one major issue. That's what drives your life. And most people are not aware of this fact, but that's what drives your life. Look, I told you that I was told that I was smart. I believe that. And I live by that, and I am smart. You see, that's the word I was given. That's the word that is in the back of my mind, my subconscious mind, my heart. I live by those words. They give results. They bear fruits. Because I was told, I believed, and I lived. So it's all about the word, yeah? It's all about the word. If you think your life is miserable, you should check the word. By the way, if you think your life is miserable, that's your word. You are creating that. Change that. Please do. So, you can change your life because you can change the word. Now, how do you change the word? How do you change the word? The matter of the truth is, there is a word that is in your mind. And we talk about the subconscious mind. So there is a word which is in this mind, you know, the conscious mind. There's a word that is in the subconscious mind. And that is the deeper word. Because your life is not as you wish, it is as what you are. So the result of your life is basically you. So if you think your life is miserable, that's you. You see, it's not the events, it's not someone, it's not the family, it's not that person or that guy, it's not the parents who left you, it's not about those people, it's about you. You can change the word. You can decide to change the word. And that's what you are doing right now. You are listening to this. This is the word. This is the new word. Never heard this word, but we give you this word. You are aware now that you are God. You are aware that you chose the situation. You are aware that you had a strategy to win. You just have to look within yourself. And look, search. How did I decide to win? What was my strategy? Which strategy did I decide on? As you look within, you will find that. So for now, let's just stay here. Remember, you are the result of your word. You can change the word. I used to teach previously that your life is basically about what you see or what you are in your mind. So you know, in the Christian religion, they are all about Jesus, right? They are all about Jesus. It's all about Jesus. It's all about Jesus. But even Jesus is not the same to everyone. It's amazing. I realized that Jesus is not the same. Like, okay, physically, Jesus is the same guy, right? It's the same person, the same guy. But this consciousness of Christ that people have is not the same. Some people, most people, they have the Jesus who is at the cross. That's their consciousness. The Jesus who is at the cross. The suffering Jesus. The Jesus who was naked, who had been torn apart. The Jesus who was left by God, because some people even think God can leave them. God cannot leave me. He's bound to me. I am bound to him. We cannot leave each other. So some people think that is Jesus. To them, that is Jesus. And that ends up being their lives. They live a suffering life, looking towards to heaven, do not care about the earth. We do not want the riches of the earth. We want to go home. That's the Jesus they have. But I say, have this Christ consciousness. Have this Christ consciousness that says, Jesus says, do not worry, I have conquered the world. Which means the only thing I have to do is to reign. In the book of Romans 5:17, Paul said, all those who believe in him, they shall reign in life through this one man, which is Jesus Christ. They shall reign. By the way, the word used there in Greek means actually to king. They shall king over life through this one man, Jesus Christ. That is this life. So if we are not kinging at the moment, check the word. Because Jesus is the word. So which word are you using? Because his word says, you shall king. So what are you doing? Change the word, change the word, change the word. Stop looking at the Jesus who is at the cross, suffering Jesus, left by everyone, betrayed by Judas Iscariot, left alone by Peter, left by God, left by everyone. I'm alone, I'm by myself. I'm Jesus who is at the cross. Stop that Jesus. I don't want that Jesus. I appreciate that Jesus, but I don't want to look at that Jesus. Now the Bible says, behold, everything is becoming new. Everything is becoming new. Everything is becoming new. What are you beholding? What are you looking at? What are you keep on constantly looking at? You see? Choose wisely. Choose the word. By the way, what you are beholding, it's in your mind. You keep on looking at this. This is the word. That is the word you are looking at. I say change the word. Change that word. Other people, they think, because people actually say, because I'm talking about the word, change the word. Like, are you telling me to not read the Bible or not look at the Bible? Just note that what I've told you now, it's all in the Bible, right? They shall king in life, it's there. Okay? The suffering Jesus is also there. So you choose. It's fine. It's your choice. You choose. You are God. You decide. So it's either you look at the suffering Jesus or you look at the reigning Jesus. I chose early to look at the reigning Jesus, the King Jesus, not the suffering Jesus, not that one. I appreciate that one, but I live by this one. So choose God. Which kind of God do you want to be? The suffering God, because there is a suffering God, or the reigning God. It's all in the hands of God. And that is you. So you see that life doesn't just happen. You decided what is happening before you came to this sphere to have this human experience. All right. So understand then these things, gods. It's actually all one. You see, because again, everything was taken from God, right? So it's one thing. That is why when we talk about evolving happens when you get the word. But again, evolving happens when you choose according to the word that you have gotten. So that's it. And again, we appreciate the fact that you chose to listen to these words. To this word so that you can make a choice to evolve according to these words. Now the word is the energy. The words, it's what I'm pronouncing. You make a choice to use that energy to evolve according to these words. We're excited about this. We appreciate to be in this journey with you. And this is church.